The humble 5 cent coin, especially the one minted in Spain in 2001, may appear small and mundane at first glance, but it holds within its copper-plated shell a rich narrative of Europe's economic ambitions, Spain's national identity, and the broader transformation of currency in the early 21st century. This coin was part of a massive continental shift that signified more than just a change in tender. It marked an evolution in politics, identity, and unity. The euro as a currency was introduced as an accounting unit in 1999, and physical coins and banknotes began circulation on January 1, 2002. However, coins were minted earlier in preparation, including the Spanish 5 cent coin from 2001. These early mints were not in circulation yet, but were distributed in starter kits and prepared for the grand transition. The euro was not just a financial tool, but a bold statement of integration and shared destiny among the European Union member states. For the first time in modern history, a large group of sovereign nations voluntarily abandoned their individual currencies, like the Spanish peseta, in favor of a single, shared currency that aimed to enhance economic stability, reduce transaction costs, and foster a sense of European identity. Design of the Spanish 5 cent coin. Spain's contribution to the euro coinage system features national designs for the obverse front side, while the reverse backside is shared across the Eurozone. The common reverse side of the 5 cent coin was designed by Luc Loix, a designer at the Royal Belgian Mint. This side of the coin depicts a globe featuring Europe in relation to Africa and Asia, symbolizing the euro's reach and influence. 6 fine lines cut across the globe diagonally, each ending in a star, 12 in total, representing the 12 stars of the European Union flag. The denomination 5 cent is clearly marked on this side. This side emphasizes unity, global vision, and the international strength of the Eurozone. It ties the coin not just to one country, but to the idea of Europe as a united political and economic bloc. B. The obverse, Spain's national identity. The Spanish 5 cent coin from 2001 features the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes, one of Spain's greatest literary figures. Cervantes, best known for writing Don Quixote, is often hailed as the father of the modern novel and is a symbol of Spanish culture, creativity, and linguistic heritage. Designed by Begoña Castellanos, the obverse shows Cervantes with a quill in hand, wearing a traditional ruffled collar with an expression of intellectual focus. Above the portrait, the word España, Spain, is inscribed with the mint year 2001 positioned just below the name. Surrounding the image are 12 stars representing the European Union. These stars also connect to the reverse side, unifying both faces of the coin in symbolism. The decision to place Cervantes on the coin is more than just homage. It reflects Spain's desire to project its cultural depth within the shared European identity. It says that even within the Eurozone, nations can retain and celebrate their unique contributions to global civilization. 3. Historical context: Spain and the Euro transition. The year 2001 was a pivotal moment in Spain's economic history. As one of the early adopters of the euro, Spain had to prepare its institutions, banks, and population for a currency change unlike any other. The transition required mass production of coins and notes, public education campaigns, and dual pricing systems. The 5 cent coin, though of small value, was part of this massive logistical operation. Billions of coins were minted across the Eurozone, with Spain producing hundreds of millions of coins in various denominations in the years leading up to 2002. The Spanish Mint, Real Casa de la Moneda, Royal Mint, handled the production, ensuring high-quality coins that adhered to EU standards. The 5 cent coin, like others, was minted in copper-covered steel, giving it a reddish appearance similar to older bronze coins. The edges are smooth, and the coin measures 21.25 millimeters in diameter and weighs 3.92 grams. 4. Cultural significance of Miguel de Cervantes. To fully appreciate the 2001 Spanish 5 cent coin, one must understand the importance of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. Born in 1547, Cervantes lived through the Spanish Golden Age, a time of artistic and literary flourishing. His magnum opus, Don Quixote, published in 2 parts in 1605 and 1615, is considered one of the most influential works in the literary canon. Cervantes represents not just Spanish literature, but the enduring human themes of imagination, disillusionment, and the pursuit of ideals. His presence on the coin is an assertion of Spain's deep roots in European culture. It also subtly connects the abstract idea of value represented by money with the lasting value of art and intellect. Economic impact and usage. Despite its small denomination, the 5-cent coin plays a crucial role in everyday transactions. It is commonly used for giving change, rounding off prices, and vending machine operations. In the early 2000s, as Spain adjusted to the euro, prices were recalibrated. While there was fear of inflation or price manipulation, studies showed that inflation due to the euro introduction was relatively contained. By 2001, Spain's economy was robust, growing steadily after a series of reforms in the 1990s. The adoption of the euro boosted investor confidence, facilitated trade with other EU countries, and reduced interest rates. The 5-cent coin became a symbol of this new financial era, a tiny token of a larger economic revolution. Collectability and numismatic value. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2001 Spanish 5-cent euro coin is generally not rare, as millions were produced in preparation for the euro rollout. However, collectors often seek uncirculated or proof versions, which can have added value. These are typically found in official mint sets or collector's editions released by the Spanish Mint. Some factors that can influence the coin's value include mint condition, graded MS or BU, brilliant uncirculated. Packaging, coins in original. Mint packaging tend to retain better value. Minting errors. Rare, but if found, these can dramatically increase value. Historical context. Coins from the first euro minting years are popular among collectors. As of recent years, a standard circulated 2001 Spanish 5-cent coin is worth face value. However, pristine versions can be worth a few euros to enthusiastic collectors. Its true worth, though, lies in its symbolic and historical significance. 7th. Symbolism. Beyond currency, beyond its monetary role, the coin is a piece of everyday art, a lesson in history, and a reminder of European integration. The fusion of national pride with continental unity embodied in this coin represents a vision of diversity within unity, a principle that remains at the heart of the European Union. Holding the coin is to touch a moment in time when Spain, once divided by decades of dictatorship, had embraced democracy, international cooperation, and a shared future. The coin tells a story not just of economics but of aspiration and identity. The 5-euro-cent coin from Spain, minted in 2001, is far more than a copper-colored disc. It encapsulates the transition of a nation from the peseta to the euro, the celebration of cultural icons like Cervantes, and the broader European dream of unity and cooperation. In the hands of millions, it quietly performed its role, buying bread, paying bus fares, passing from wallet to palm. Yet in the mind of the observer, it can inspire reflections on history, economics, literature, and the passage of time. It is a coin, yes, but also a symbol, a chapter, and a legacy. The 5-euro-cent coin, minted in Ireland in 2002, represents not only a small unit of currency, but also a tangible expression of Ireland's entry into a new economic and political chapter within the European Union. This seemingly humble coin carries with it layers of historical, cultural, and economic significance, which emerge when we examine both its physical characteristics and the context in which it was issued. To begin, the euro currency was introduced as part of a broader initiative to unify European economies under a single monetary system, thereby facilitating trade, stabilizing economies, and reinforcing the political unity envisioned by the European Union's founders. For Ireland, the adoption of the euro in 2002 marked a significant departure from its former national currency, the Irish pound or punt, which had long served as a symbol of national sovereignty and identity. The euro entered into non-physical use in 1999 with full physical currency adoption, including coins and banknotes, completed in 2002. This transition was one of the most monumental currency changes in modern economic history, involving over 300 million people across multiple countries. The common side of the coin, which is the same across all Eurozone countries, was designed by Luc Loix, a Belgian artist working with the Royal Belgian Mint. His design reflects the euro's global aspirations and the EU's commitment to unity. The 5 euro cent coin shows a globe with Europe highlighted, surrounded by 6 vertical lines ending in 12 stars. These stars represent the EU and are symbolic of unity, solidarity, and harmony among the peoples of Europe. The lines and stars also appear to be extending outward from the globe, signifying the expansive reach of the euro as a global currency. The number 5 is large and prominently positioned, with the words Eurocent delicately placed above it, marking its denomination. On the reverse side, each Eurozone member state had the opportunity to feature a design reflective of its national identity. Ireland chose the Celtic harp, also known as the Brian Boru harp, a choice that was deeply symbolic. The harp has been a national symbol of Ireland for centuries, appearing on Irish coinage as far back as the reign of Henry VIII and later on the Irish Free State's currency in the 1920s. It is a powerful emblem of Irish heritage and culture tied to Ireland's artistic and political history. On the coin, the harp is elegantly rendered, and the word Éire, Ireland in the Irish language, curves along the left edge of the coin. Above it is the date of minting, 2002, which marks Ireland's official entry into the Eurozone. This side of the coin is surrounded by the 12 stars of the EU, tying the national symbolism back to the shared European project. From a technical perspective, the 5 euro cent coin is composed of copper-covered steel, which gives it a reddish hue. It weighs 3.92 grams and has a diameter of 21.25 millimeters. Its smooth edge differentiates it from other euro coins, such as the 10 and 20 cent pieces, which have milled or indented edges. These tactile features are essential for distinguishing between coins, especially for the visually impaired. While it is among the smallest denominations in the euro currency system, the 5-cent coin plays an essential role in daily transactions, particularly in countries where rounding practices are not enforced and where cash is still commonly used. In numismatic terms, the 2002 Irish 5-cent coin is not particularly rare, as it was produced in large quantities to meet the needs of the transition from the punt to the euro. However, it holds historical significance as part of the first wave of euro coins introduced into circulation. For collectors, the coin is more valuable when it is in uncirculated or proof condition. Some may collect it as part of a full Irish euro set, while others may focus on coins from all the Eurozone countries issued in 2002 to commemorate the historic currency launch. Though its face value remains small, its symbolic and historical worth is far greater. Economically, Ireland's adoption of the euro was a strategic move. By integrating its economy more closely with those of its European partners, Ireland aimed to stabilize its financial system, attract foreign investment, and ensure a more seamless trade relationship within the EU. Initially, the move appeared successful. Ireland experienced rapid economic growth in the early 2000s, leading to the era known as the Celtic Tiger. However, this growth was later followed by a dramatic economic downturn during the global financial crisis of 2008. Nevertheless, the euro remained in place, and Ireland has since made a strong recovery, benefiting from the stability provided by a shared currency. Culturally, the euro introduced a new dynamic. While some Irish citizens were initially hesitant about giving up the punt, a deeply entrenched symbol of national identity, most came to accept the euro as a practical and necessary step toward modernization and global integration. The design of the national side of the euro coins, with the harp and the Irish language, helped ease this transition by retaining strong visual and cultural ties to Ireland's past. The coin also reflects Ireland's long-standing musical and literary traditions. The harp as an instrument is closely associated with Irish music and mythology. Its presence on the coin subtly celebrates the country's artistic heritage, reminding users of the importance of culture even in the realm of economics. Furthermore, the use of the Irish language on the coin emphasizes the nation's linguistic identity and its efforts to preserve and promote the native tongue in the face of globalization. In terms of daily life, the 5-cent coin sees frequent use, though its utility is slowly decreasing in some parts of the Eurozone due to inflation and the move toward digital payments. Several countries have introduced rounding rules whereby cash payments are rounded to the nearest 5 or 10 cents to reduce reliance on 1 and 2 cent coins. Ireland has implemented voluntary rounding, but the 5-cent coin remains in circulation and in use. Ultimately, this small piece of metal is a microcosm of Ireland's economic evolution, cultural pride, and European integration. The 2002 Irish 5 euro cent coin is not merely a medium of exchange, it is a testament to a period of profound change and ambition in Irish history. It encapsulates the spirit of a nation that sought to honor its rich past while embracing a future of shared prosperity within the European Union. For historians, economists, numismatists, and everyday citizens alike, this coin offers a tangible connection to the moment Ireland stepped onto a larger stage, aligning its destiny with the broader European experiment. And while many may pass it off without a thought during a small purchase, those who pause to examine its details will find a world of meaning etched into its modest form. The 5 euro cent coin, introduced as part of the euro currency system, is a small but significant piece of modern European monetary history. The coin from the year 2005 belongs to the first generation of euro coins, which began circulating in 2002 following the establishment of the euro as a single currency across multiple European Union (EU) member states. While the coin may appear modest in value and size, its design, materials, production processes, and symbolism encapsulate decades of economic integration and shared identity across Europe. The euro itself was a product of the Maastricht Treaty of 1992, which laid the foundation for a single European currency as part of the broader project of European unification. Physical euro coins and banknotes entered circulation on January 1, 2002, but their production and design processes were initiated years in advance. Each Eurozone country was given the opportunity to design its own national side, also known as the obverse of euro coins, while the reverse side would be common to all member states. The 5 euro cent coin, like the 1 and 2 cent denominations, was designed by Luc Loix, a Belgian designer working for the Royal Belgian Mint. His initials LL can often be found subtly inscribed on the coin, typically near the globe motif. The common reverse side of the 5 euro cent coin features a stylized globe focused on Europe in relation to Africa and Asia, emphasizing the European Union's place in a globalized world. Radiating lines emanate from the right side of the globe, intersecting with the lines of latitude and longitude, symbolizing communication, movement, and global interconnectedness, a reflection of Europe's outreach and integration with the wider world. These rays also intersect with 6 vertical stripes, each accompanied by a star, drawing direct reference to the European flag's 12 stars representing unity, solidarity, and harmony. This powerful design is both aesthetic and symbolic, aiming to project a modern, united, and forward-looking Europe. As for the national side, each euro-using country had its own motifs reflecting national identity, culture, or history. For instance, a 2005 5 euro cent coin from Germany would depict an oak twig, a symbol of strength and tradition, while the Italian version may feature the Colosseum, and France might show Marianne, an allegorical figure of liberty. Thus, even among coins minted in the same year, there are multiple national variants, each with its own cultural significance. The metal composition of the 5 euro cent coin is copper-covered steel, giving it a distinctive reddish hue and magnetic properties. This alloy, known as Nordic gold, is durable and cost-effective, especially important for lower denomination coins, which must withstand frequent handling. The diameter of the coin is 21.25 millimeters with a thickness of 1.67 millimeters and a weight of 3.92 grams. The edge of the coin is smooth, which helps distinguish it from other denominations by touch, a crucial feature for the visually impaired. In 2005, euro cent coins were minted in large quantities to support the continuing need for small change as countries adjusted to the new currency system. Though many countries had by then already transitioned from their national currencies to the euro, the logistical challenges of replacing billions of coins and notes across more than a dozen economies meant that mints remained active throughout the early 2000s. Mints across Europe, such as those in Berlin, Germany, Mint Mark A, Madrid, Spain, M, Paris, France, F, and Rome, Italy, R, continued to strike coins, each identified by a mint mark or specific national element. These mint marks are of particular interest to collectors, as coins from less commonly seen mints can become rarer or more valuable. The 5-cent coin, despite its low face value, plays an essential role in the pricing strategies of European commerce. Many goods are priced with psychological pricing, e.g., 1.95, making coins of 5 cents vital in completing everyday transactions. However, some countries, such as Finland and the Netherlands, began phasing out 1 and 2-cent coins through rounding rules, making the 5 cent the smallest coin in active use. This phenomenon has enhanced the practical importance of the 5-cent piece, even as debates continue regarding the cost-effectiveness of maintaining such small denominations. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2005 5-euro-cent coin holds value not for its metal content, but for its variety, condition, and mint origin. Coins struck in limited numbers or those in uncirculated, UNC or proof condition can command attention from collectors. Errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planche issues, further add to their desirability. While most 5-cent coins from 2005 are common, those minted in smaller member states like Slovenia, Luxembourg, or Malta may be more elusive depending on minting volumes and collector demand. The coin also serves as a symbolic artifact of a Europe still in the process of redefining its borders and identity in 2005. Just a year earlier, in 2004, the European Union had undergone its largest expansion ever, admitting 10 new countries, mostly from Eastern Europe. These included Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, and the Baltic states, many of which would later adopt the euro. Thus, the 2005 coin can be seen as a product of a transformative era, minted at a time when optimism about European unity was at a high point. Despite their everyday appearance, euro coins like the 5-cent serve as quiet ambassadors of European ideals. Their shared design links over 340 million people across multiple cultures and languages, while the national side provides space for the expression of local heritage. Over time, these coins wear and tarnish, but they also travel from bakeries in Berlin to market stalls in Madrid, passing through the hands of locals and tourists alike. They carry stories not just of commerce, but of cultural connection, political evolution, and historical continuity. In conclusion, the 2005 5-euro-cent coin stands as more than just pocket change. It is a finely engineered piece of numismatic history crafted from a union of economic cooperation, national pride, and pan-European identity. While often overlooked, it reflects the aspirations, decisions, and craftsmanship of a continent united under one currency. Whether kept as a collectible or used to buy a piece of candy, each 5-cent coin is a tangible remnant of a grand experiment in unity and shared prosperity, and its story is far richer than its monetary value would suggest. The 5-euro-cent coin minted in 1999 represents more than just a small denomination of currency. It is a metal witness to one of the most ambitious financial and political projects in modern history, the introduction of the euro and the consolidation of a monetary union among diverse European nations. This coin, cast in a reddish copper-plated steel and weighing a mere 3.92 grams, is a humble yet essential component in the sprawling architecture of European unity and economic integration. To understand its full significance, we must delve into the context of its creation, the design philosophy behind it, its early years of circulation, and its standing in numismatics today. The euro was introduced on January 1, 1999, as an accounting currency with physical euro coins and banknotes entering circulation later on January 1, 2002. However, the process leading to the euro's creation had been decades in the making. After World War II, European countries sought closer integration to prevent future conflicts. This led to the formation of the European Coal and Steel Community in 1951 and the European Economic Community in 1957. The idea of a common currency gained traction in the 1970s, but it wasn't until the Maastricht Treaty of 1992 that concrete plans for a monetary union were laid out. The treaty stipulated strict convergence criteria for inflation, interest rates, government finances, and exchange rate stability, which nations had to meet to adopt the euro. By 1999, 11 countries – Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain met these criteria and adopted the euro as their official currency. Though coins and notes would not circulate until 2002, the euro became the standard unit of account and was used for electronic payments and financial transactions starting that year. This transition required a massive logistical operation, and one part of that was the minting of coins, including the 5-cent piece. The 5-euro-cent coin is part of the euro's low-value coin family, which includes the 1 and 2-cent coins. These coins are made from copper-plated steel, giving them a distinct red-orange appearance. The decision to use this alloy was practical. Copper's antimicrobial properties help keep the coins sanitary, and the steel core makes them cheaper to produce while maintaining a certain heft and durability. Diameter 21.25 mm, thickness 1.67 mm, weight 3.92 grams, edge smooth with a fine groove, color reddish-brown, coppery tone. The common reverse side of all euro coins was designed by Luc Loix, a Belgian designer at the Royal Belgian Mint. The reverse side of the 5-cent coin depicts a globe showing the outline of Europe relative to Africa and Asia, symbolizing the global influence and connectedness of the European economy. 6 fine lines cut across the map, each terminating in a star representing the European Union's flag of 12 stars. The national obverse side varies depending on the country that issued the coin. In 1999, several participating countries minted their own designs, which had been chosen through national competitions and artistic committees. For example, Germany features an oak twig, an enduring German symbol of strength and unity. France showcases a young feminine Marianne embodying liberty and reason, with modern stylization. Italy features the Colosseum or other national icons like the Mole Antonelliana. Spain depicts King Juan Carlos V, Belgium, King Albert II, and a monogram with a crown. Each coin bears the year 1999, a powerful marking of the euro's electronic dawn. Despite being minted in 1999, these coins did not enter physical circulation until 2002. The 3-year gap between minting and usage was necessary to allow the production of billions of coins and banknotes, the distribution to banks, and public education campaigns. This delay gave rise to what numismatists call the phantom years, coins dated before they were actually seen in public hands. The 1999 dated 5-cent coins were stockpiled in national central banks and gradually released to the public when euro coins were officially introduced on January. The 5-cent coin, though often overlooked due to its low value, played an essential role in everyday transactions. During the early 2000s, price conversions from legacy currencies into euros often led to awkward price points. Something costing 9.75 Deutsche Marks might convert to 4.98, requiring these small coins for change. However, their value began to be questioned not long after their introduction. In many Eurozone countries, the cost of producing and handling 1, 2, and 5-cent coins quickly exceeded their face value. Some nations, like the Netherlands and Finland, began discouraging their use by rounding prices to the nearest 5 or 10 cents, a policy called Swedish rounding. Despite these developments, the coins remained legal tender across the Eurozone, and mints continued producing them to meet demand from collectors and cash-intensive economies. The euro cent coins, particularly the 5-cent, became symbols of a changing Europe, both welcomed and criticized. Some praised them as signs of unity, efficiency, and the shared destiny of European nations. Others saw them as bureaucratic overreach, linking them with complaints about rising prices, economic loss of sovereignty, or the dilution of national identity. Interestingly, despite being a coin of negligible monetary value, the 5-cent became a sort of metaphor for thrift and nostalgia. People often dropped them in tip jars, left them behind at store counters, or collected them in jars at home. They became part of the texture of everyday life in the Eurozone for collectors. The 1999 5-euro-cent coin is not rare in itself. Millions were minted. However, the country of origin and the mint mark can affect its value. Some examples: Finland. Fewer coins minted, sought after by collectors. Luxembourg. Small mintage, but less demand. Proof sets. Coins from 1999 in uncirculated or proof condition. From official mint sets can command higher prices. Coins in pristine condition, especially those sealed in their original mint packaging, are highly valued among collectors. Coins with errors such as misaligned dies, doubled images, or incorrect edges are rare but extremely prized. Today, the 5-cent coin continues to circulate, though its use is waning. Discussions at the EU level have suggested phasing out 1 and 2-cent coins entirely, with some countries proposing to follow suit for the 5-cent piece. Yet, as long as cash remains in circulation, the 5-cent will retain a place in Europe's currency ecosystem, especially in tourist-heavy zones and among collectors. For historians and numismatists, the coin is a tangible, touchable slice of history. It marks not only a financial shift, but a philosophical one. the dream of unity through shared currency, the tension between national identity and pan-European ambition, and the practicalities of everyday economics played out in millions of cash. Transactions. Conclusion: a coin of its time and beyond. In summary, the 1999 5 eurocent coin is much more than a token of minor value. It represents the birth pangs of a bold economic experiment, an embodiment of European ideals, and the material realization of years of political negotiation and public effort. Though tiny in size, it has played a large role in the monetary habits of over 300 million people. For collectors, it's a keepsake of the euro's first breath. For historians, a cultural artifact, and for economists, a case study in the life cycle of currency.